Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Money Podcast, your source for all things money. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, today I have Anthony Thomas on the line, and he's a marketing director over at Impact Leadership Network. Anthony, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Adam. Good to meet with you, sir. Excellent.
And hey, Anthony, I'm excited to meet with you also and to have you on the show and to get into today's topic. So we're going to talk about building a financial foundation, and you're the guy I want to talk about that. But before we get into that, let's go a little bit further into what you're doing over at Impact Leadership Network. Tell us a little bit more about the company, please.
Our idea is to make sure people understand how money works, but that's just not on a lower level to sell a product. It's to make sure people understand that this foundation is going to be their entire future, no matter what age they are, because at some point we hope they will retire. They're going to need more money because we're living longer. So that foundation has to be very strong and very diverse as the market changes, and that's a big deal right now.
Man, I think that's a great transition in today's topic, Anthony. So how to build a financial foundation. I mean, big topic. We're not going to be able to tackle it all in a 10 to 15-minute podcast interview, but where do you want to start with this one?
Well, the biggest deal to me is understanding how money works. Many people have some thought. When I ask the people where they consider themselves on a scale of 0 to 10, many will say 8 or many will say 2. I'm always surprised by the big disparity. I would think they know a little bit more, and then some people say that their experts are 8 or 9. They should be teaching what I'm doing. So I sit down with them and understand where they are, what their goals are, and I'm the bridge in the middle.
Where do you find a lot of, and I know this is, I don't want to oversimplify this, and I know it's going to change from, person to person, client to client, familial, like all these, there's a lot of factors, but but I do know as long as you've been doing this, that certain themes tend to arise. What do you find are some of the common themes that keep people from having a healthy relationship with money?
Understanding the time aspect. The sooner we get started, no matter how much, and being consistent. Those two are big factors, and some people just don't understand the difference. I'll save later. I'll get more information later, and yet they're never going to be as young as they are that given day we're having a conversation.
Oh, it makes so much sense. And tell us about some of the financial tools that you feel are necessary in building this foundation, just some of the general tools that help lay that groundwork.
Sure. My biggest, to start off, where everybody can see, simple interest versus compound interest. Simple interest is just interest on your principal only, whereas compound interest is interest after you add last time interest. So you got the compound interest, you make interest, you add more interest. Next time they calculate the entire bucket, not just your principal.
Man, I love it. And that's one of my, I have this theory, Anthony, and I've been saying this for a long time. If we could just teach everybody the concept of compound interest, just that one thing in school, like if you had to forget, and I mean, whatever, you like sports, don't like sports, I don't care. Forget playing basketball, sit somebody down and make them do compound interest exercises for an hour a day through grammar school. That's my goal. What a different
great.
World. What a different world we'd be in right now.
Absolutely. You're wonderful. Good move. Thank you. Go ahead with your next question. I agree.
So if we look at taking it one step further, let's say that somebody has some of these basic tools, and maybe they're starting to lay that foundation. And now they're starting to accumulate a little bit of assets, and they have some things going. What is the next thing that should be typically on their mind?
They want to look at inflation and the part it plays in the game. They got to look at taxes, and those are two big deals because inflation in our country, it's probably 3 or 4 in California, particularly Northern California. It's more than Southern California. And taxes have shifted. People were glad that there's a change a few years ago. But I found an 88-year-old man who actually had to pay more taxes, and he's retired. So he wasn't having another business or anything, but he literally had to pay more taxes. So figuring that piece out and throwing it in is very important, and then make sure you have enough to take care of those kind of things.
Man, that's well said. Tax is a big deal, especially in California. Well, everywhere, but California, New York, they're not making it any easier on us. So, Anthony, that being said, if somebody is listening to this and they want to learn more about Impact Leadership Network, so two-part question. Part
Sure.
one, what are the right types of individuals and or families to connect, to reach out, to learn more? Like, what's typically a good fit for you, number one? Number two, what's the best way for them to reach out?
Number one is anyone who wants to grow their money needs to contact me. Doesn't matter if they're a family or not. I help and work with more families because the family is the foundation of any society. If not, then the society will die. Absolutely. One other piece there is the rule of 72. I teach that to everybody, kind of what you were talking about with compound interest, why it's better to have more interest, why we're not getting to be part of the 1%. I can't get them the money, I can at least get them better interest. So anybody who wants to know how money works and gets better at that, that's where they want to go. As far as contacting me, my email is arthomas49@gmail.com, arthomas49@gmail.com. My phone number, and you can text, please, is faster, and I'll answer probably a little more quickly, is 818-632-2737, 818-632-2737.
Fantastic. Well, Anthony, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about all the great work that you're doing, and also over at Impact Leadership Network, and also for some of the basics on how to build a financial foundation. So thank you for that. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review in the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Money, definitely give that a subscribe there, but also leave some comments on the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Anthony, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you, Adam. Please take care.